All right, Craig, so basically we want to go in and talk a little bit about race day, the kids on the track with the flags and some of those things. But I want to reiterate, we've talked just a very little bit about the car, the safety, the setup, but we just touched the high spots. Again, I mean, we didn't completely go through the whole checklist that you have that you're going to do for them on that day. We didn't completely go through the technical regulations and standards, and that's the responsibility of the teachers and the teams out there to familiarize themselves with that. But we just wanted to take a few known problems and kind of point it out to maybe try to help them get through some of the things that we're seeing, come in on that pre-testing day. So if you don't mind, take us into, because I know if you're not a real racing buff like myself, I mean, until I got involved with Green Power, I might watch a little bit of racing, just kind of channel surfing. For some of these teachers that may not understand flags and flag safety and what they mean, and for the team, the students, take just a few minutes and explain to us when I see a flag out there on the track, what that means and what you expect the drivers to do.
Well, flags are our only real means of communicating to the drivers what is expected of them and what's happening on the track. And to that extent, there will be flag stations all around the track where the people at those stations will have flags that are used to communicate what's happening with the driver. So let me take a couple of them. The green flag is easy. It's there at the start finish. It tells you when the start's getting waved that the race is on and to get on going. Conversely, at the end of the race, you have your checkered flag. Everybody's pretty much aware of that. Those are the two easy ones.
Okay. So green basically means go.
Green is go. Checkered flag is you're done, stop.
Very
Come
good.
to a stop at the end of the race. Now, while you're on track, we have some other flags. The first is your yellow flag. And this is a warning to the driver that there's something going on track. You may have a car stalled on track. So when you see this flag out there being held by a corner station out there for you to see, that you need to be aware there's something going on ahead of you that you may have to drive around.
So I'm looking for something. If I see this yellow, there is something that in front of me that I need to be aware of.
Exactly.
Okay.
Something's going on. If the corner station is sit there waving the flag violently, something's going on right now and you need to do something. You really need to be aware.
So at that point, we talked about braking, and I may be thinking about slowing down, really paying attention.
Paying attention, slowing down, getting ready to move your car out of the way, out of the line, what have you.
Okay.
There are innumerable things that can go on at that point in time.
Right.
So the next step in that, if we have a situation where we've had trouble with a couple of cars getting together, let's say, the track is blocked. Okay, the track's blocked. You're not getting ahead. You're not going anywhere. We would use a red flag. This tells the driver that they need to come to a stop. It doesn't have to be a violent stop, but they need to stop because right now we're suspending the race. We have a situation that we have to resolve before racing can resume. That's what your red flag is all about. You're telling the driver, come to a stop, nice controlled stop, and the corner station will then give you another instruction when the time is to do that.
Okay, corner station, a new term, that's basically a marshal or an individual
It's
that's at a turn or a corner of the track.
Yes.
Okay. So when you're talking about this, what I'm thinking is basically a street light. I have green for go. Yellow is a caution, right, that I'm getting ready to go to a red, and red is stop. So that's basically the same thing, correct?
Essentially the same thing.
Very good.
Yeah, there's one other flag that we use.
Oh, and this is the bad one.
This is the black flag. In these races, the black flag is used to point at a particular car, a particular driver, to let them know that they have something wrong with their car.
Or they're doing something
Or
wrong,
they're,
maybe.
well, they could have something wrong with their car. A piece of the cowling in the back is just sitting there flapping
Right.
around, ready to come off. We want you to come into your pit and correct the problem.
Right.
The other way this flag is used, pointing at a driver, is they just did something that wasn't safe.
Right.
And we want them to be aware that we know they did something safe. In which case, it'll probably get pointed at them, furled up, going, you. And you know what you
So
did.
they're almost getting scolded in that point, right? That's the reason I said this could be the bad one here.
It says to the driver when it's furled up and pointed to them, kind of shaking at them, that you did something wrong, you better think about it.
Don't do it again.
Please don't do it again. When they get the black flag like this, there's something wrong with your car
Right.
that you need to go have corrected, so get into the pits at your next opportunity.
Right. And if you're getting pointed at, you need to really evaluate what you're doing on that track at that point.
Exactly.
Very good. Because the result of that is, if they don't correct that, again, for safety reasons, they may be asked at that point to actually to leave the track, potentially, possibly.
That's the ultimate penalty, which we hope never have to
Never
incur.
have. That's right. We don't want that to happen. But the marshals or the director, that's at their discretion.
Exactly.
Correct? Very good.